Hey guys, JH. Welcome to Practice Tea. Okay guys, could be the most momentous practice tea that I've ever had. Guys, we've been working on the Davinci Code. I mean, the whole idea when I started Davinci Code was to try and crack the code of a repeatable golf swing. And I knew that there was the elements of a code in there that people had used, but there was the missing bits. And I've had little bits here, but the puzzle still had all these other bits that weren't in place. Well guys, without any exaggeration, and without what we term down here in Australia an overgush, I think I've got the last piece of the puzzle. The last piece. What I've been trying to do, clearly with the Davinci Code, is eliminate this type of stuff, all this extraneous travel here and differentials, which you can't control because they're different amounts all the time. And believe it or not, you will do this. The club will move this way and that way without really you knowing that or feeling that. So what I tried to do with Davinci initially was get here, keep that there, and then just fire the pivot. Now that's a good process of isolating and stabilizing this arm here, the humerus and the forearm here for that process, but you've got to develop some speed in it. Because if you connect this up here, the arm is only really going to move at the speed of the torso, which doesn't move very fast. So guys, this is the only high-speed hinge in the body, the only one, but we don't really use it in the golf swing to its best effect. We don't do that in the golf swing. Why? Because in conventional teaching, that would be considered a throwaway and a loss of power. In a conventional golf swing, where we have travel. In a conventional golf swing, where we have travel. Now guys, as it's been for the last few days, we just checked the temperature here, and it's about the same as the surface of the sun. Unbelievable. That's why I've got the cricket hat on again. You just fry. It's unbelievable. There's nobody here at the range. One guy. Yeah, so in conventional terms, guys, you've got a golf swing like that where we've got travel, you wouldn't want to be throwing it away. People have done that and been very successful. So with Davinci, we were here. This was basically locked here, and the big advantage of it was that this is here for every shot. My wedge shot, short irons, mid irons, long irons, fairway woods, everything is a driver. It's exactly the same position. Now, in order to create, and we were doing the bicep fold, which is a very, very simplistic method of positioning the golf club in the backswing. Now what I've done, guys, is I've grafted to the original Davinci Code swing a speed producer and something else that will give even more stabilization in the maintenance of this arm in this position here, so we can get consistency of strike. And the addition I've got, or the grafting element that I've taken from a softball pitch. Softball pitches, they wind it up, but as they come in here, this doesn't advance. You wouldn't believe how hard that went. It doesn't advance. It's here. It's a trebuchet. The big lever arm on the trebuchet comes in here. The only thing keeps going is the rope with the rock on the end of it. Here. And what they do, guys, to get their speed is they use that wrist hinge. As they're coming here, this stops, the wrist hinge goes, and the fingers accelerate the ball. Well, in this case, our ball is a grip. Now, if we can accelerate that super fast, then exponentially, or compounding, as a compounding factor, this is going to go like the blazers. That's really going to go. Faster we can move that handle, faster the head's going to go. Now, that action there is very natural for a human, but we don't use it in the golf swing. That's very natural. Very natural. Don't use it in the golf swing, because that's absolutely belted out of us in conventional teaching, because there's travel and we want you to hold it here, come in here, and then fire it. Guys, I'm not having any of that anymore. I'll have none of that anymore. What I want to do is I want to take the travel out of the grip. I want to take the travel out of the grip and just get the travel into the head. Now, how do I do that? Now, guys, in the softball pitch, okay, the pitcher takes it up here, but in the Davinci Code, what I feel, after I've gone into my bicep curl here, this is a fan. After I've gone into my bicep curl, on the downswing, how would you open a fan with your hand? You would do that. And that's what I do with the club. I move it in that direction there. I roll the forearm that way. I open the fan here. I come in here, and then I throw my fingers against my wrist, against this fixed fulcrum here, which is a curveball pitch in softball. So we're going here. As we start down, we're fanning it as a feel. As we come in, we're getting the fingers will actually advance the fan and then cover the ball here. Fingers will out here. That's the feeling for me. Still got some after effects of my flu. And it's terrible to have a chest congestion when it's so hot. Guys, this is a monumental breakthrough for me. This is the thing that I've been searching for since I started golf. Okay, I never started till I was 34. I'm 75 now, so it's been a long time. And I've had periods. I've had Mo Norman stuff, I've had all sorts of stuff where I've had periods where I've hit it okay. But I've never had anything I could really say I'm going to hit this the same every time. But I know I'm going to hit it the same here, because the constants are so controllable. If you fix a fulcrum, if you actually fix a fulcrum to the best of your ability in a golf swing, here, this action here is going to be the same every time. But if we're moving the fulcrum, well, okay, people will say that this is the fulcrum and it's moving, but this travel here creates problems. It really does. It's created problems for me. So the essence of this is Davinci. We've got our bicep curl here. We've got this maintenance here. We are super glued here. As we start down, we fan it here. We come in here. Then we just, the grip is our fan, and the fingers are going to throw the fan that way, cover the ball with the fan. We're going to polish the ball with the fan. We're going to go from an open fan in here, and then we're going to throw the fan with the fingers and polish the ball. And our speed is going to be this hinge here. This is going to be our trebuchet. This is our lever here, stopping. That's our rope. And the big rock on the end of the rope is our club head. And guys, it's simplistic as that. That is the simplicity of this system. Fixed fulcrum, As soon as we run out of this travel here, the wrist hinge takes over and applies the speed. And those fingers give you the speed. It's amazing. When I only got it 2 days ago, and I got it late in the day, and I finally got, I had my buddy here, Adrian, and he was pretty much stunned when he saw it happening. I mean, I've been hitting it pretty good, but when he saw this happening, and then he got doing it, and he was just melting the golf ball. And he's always had a very long, loose, loopy type golf swing. Guys, he was taking it to here and smashing it up exactly where I was hitting it. Now the advantage of this is for the older player, or the player that doesn't have any flexibility. You don't need to do anything in this golf swing. You don't have to think about a turn or anything. You don't need big range of motion. You just don't need it. Big ratios of movement of body combat, you don't need it, guys. You just don't need it. All we do is we get here, we lock this in. We get it up here, we bicep curl it here, and then as we start down, we're going to pitch. As we start down, we're coming in here, our hands here, and then we're going to, here we go. There it is there. This is not going anywhere. This is not going anywhere. Now, it will move off my hip, but you will see that my swing is so abbreviated and chopped off. I call this the Davinci short stop sling. Vinci short for Davinci. Short is the golf swing. Stop is the arm here, and the sling is the fingers with the club head. Davinci short stop sling. That's one of the names, guys, for the competition. I can't win it, I want you guys to win it. Anybody that comes up with a name for the new swing, and after you've seen this, it'll probably get the mental process moving in a different direction, and come up with a super duper name. Because I think this is the breakthrough in golf swing mechanics. There hasn't been anything like this ever. No one has ever gone down this road, ever. There have been elements of this in a golf swing, but there's never been anyone ever say or advocate that we don't want any travel past here as a feeling. That we don't want any travel past there. Look, just what happens here, look. Now, as soon as that arm gets in there and it stops, I promise you those fingers are moving. And that's why those girl softball pitchers can move the golf, they can really. Now, if I was going from here, which I'm not, because I want the swing to be compact, and guys, we don't lose any distance, and I'll prove that to you in a moment. So that's the basic overlay explanation of where I'm going. The backswing's got a, as we bicep curl, we go here. We open the fan here on the downswing, we get it here. Then we fire the fingers into the fan and we cover the ball. We throw the fan that way, and we're covering the ball with the fan. We go here, open the fan. We want to open the fan vertically. Go here, open the fan vertically here. Here, get in here, and then fire the fan that way. There. Guys, that's the essence of it. I'll just quit here and I'll come back and we'll actually hit some shots, and I'll show you the power that I can generate with this golf swing. The Davinci short stop sling. That's where we're going, guys. You don't have to have travel. You don't have to have travel. We want to utilise this high-speed hinge. It's the only high-speed hinge in the body. We've got to use it. I'll be back.